Hey everyone, it's Michael GoosebumpsFan. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you'll bear with me because it's been a while since I've done a Goosebumps episode review, but I do have one today. I actually have quite a few that I'm going to do, whether it be today or tomorrow or throughout the week. Of course, I tested positive for COVID, as I mentioned in my last video, my review for Creature Teacher, a Series 2000 book. So I have some free time this week. I'm going to be watching the Scream films for my Strange Michael channel. I'm also going to be talking about these episodes that I missed out on, and one of them that I read quite a while back, I think it was beginning of December. I think it was the beginning of December or somewhere in November. I don't remember. It's been a while. I've been busy. I've been really busy. So I wanted to get around to finally watching The Cry of the Cat Part 1 and Part 2, which came out on October 31st of 1998. It's a two-parter, bigger budget episode, as you know. It's also what I have in this bootleg box set. Of course, I have two containers that look just like this with the same printout. They just say Season 1 and 2 on the other one. This one says 3 and 4. I'm glad I have this. I wish the original series had been released in America on a box set. We need it. Why is it not out there yet? People like myself would pay a good $80 for that, if not $100 for one with some bonus features and stuff, which they probably won't have that. But if they did, even a small documentary with R.L. Stine, I don't care. I would take it. I would pay $100 for that. But, you know, it is what it is. Some kind of weird rights issue. I don't know. Anyway, we have this here. Now, Ron Oliver directed this. Ron Oliver, of course, did the Season 1 episodes of Welcome to Camp Nightmare, Night of the Living Dummy 2, Say Cheese and Die. In Season 2, he did Let's Get Invisible, Vampire Breath, How to Kill a Monster. Season 3, The Perfect School Part 1 and Part 2, Werewolf Skin Part 1 and Part 2, which is a big surprise I saw this past year in 2020. Really good one, or 2021. Oh my god, it's 2022. I'm sorry, I'm losing track of time and track of my years. He did the Werewolf Skin two-parter, which was fantastic. Say Cheese and Die Again. How I Got My Shrunken Head, Part 1 and Part 2 in Season 4, and Cry of the Cat, as I said. Yeah, so this is a Season 4 two-parter. There weren't many episodes that came out during Season 4. Like I said, October 31st, Halloween itself of 1998, I was almost 4 years old. I was a week away from being 4 years old at that time. And I think that might have been around the time I started discovering Goosebumps. I don't know, it might have been a couple more years, I don't know, but it's odd to me that I never saw these episodes on the kind of re-release the Cartoon Network did, you know, in the early 2000s, mid-2000s. I never saw any of this stuff, as a matter of fact, which surprised me. I was mostly familiar with the VHS tapes. I didn't realize that Goosebumps had been on the air for like 4 years. You know, I knew how many books there were. I didn't realize it had been on TV for like 4 years. And I missed a lot of the episodes. A lot of the ones you see me review here on the channel, it's my first ever reaction to them, and that would be Cry of the Cat's review as well. This is my first time ever seeing these two-parter, or this two-parter. And it's just barely different from what I remember the book being when I read that about a couple of months ago. The Cry of the Cat book, it feels like it's going to reference Pet Sematary from Stephen King a lot more than it does, and it's alright. I enjoyed the book. I had a lot of fun with it. It's a dark book. It's the first of the Series 2000 books, the first book to pick up after the original classic series, and it started the whole darker Goosebumps thing the Series 2000 did, which I love. And this episode two-parter adaptation is kind of doing that, but kind of not. It's not really going darker than the show's ever gone, but it has some darker things in it you don't really see. It being a bigger budget episode from being a two-parter, it does have some really cool things in here I enjoyed and recommended on. The cast here, the main two kids I don't really know from anything. I try to look at the cast when I do these episode reviews to really bring up anything that I know them from. I know that the main girl, Hamil Rustia, I think I'm saying your name right, I'm sorry girl, she was a trick-or-treater in the Haunted Mask Part 2, or Haunted Mask 2, one of the parts of that, the adaptation of the episodes. But her and the other fellow, the Ryan kid, named Corey Sevier, I haven't seen him in anything either. Apparently he does some Hallmark stuff here and there now. I don't know. I don't know anything about any of this stuff. This two-parter was fine. Like I said, it barely had any differences from the actual book that I read and reviewed here on the channel. The book is mainly about a girl that is going, I think, to school, and she runs over a cat, and its head falls off, and this cat keeps popping up all over her life and freaking her out and scaring her and attacking her. It's clawing her and stuff, and she's slowly turning more feline. Felinine? I don't know what I would say. She's more like a cat, is what I'm trying to say. She's becoming more like a cat. Alright, you got it? I think I got it. I think you got it. She's becoming more cat-like. She's liking meat and tuna and stuff like that. She wants to attack mice. I think she eats one in the book. I don't know. It was all kinds of stuff like that. it's kind of the exact same situation in this episode adaptation, but being bigger budget, they decided to go for a few more things that I thought were pretty great. I think in the book it was a school play that certain things were happening in. In here, it's like we start off with this big homage to The Exorcist, the original 70s Exorcist movie. There's a guy in a black coat, looks like the R.L. Stine intro thing for the episodes of this show. And he's walking around in the dark, in the mist, and he comes into a house and he stops at the bottom of the stairs of the house and he's looking up at the window in the dark at nighttime. Looks like The Exorcist. And then he goes inside and he says something about being the cat exorcist. He talks to two kids, a boy and a girl. I assume the brother and sister are best friends or something. He goes up a staircase with them, and apparently he admits he is a cat exorcist, and he makes references to things like Pet Sematary. And, yeah. So apparently, he gets attacked. Some giant cat arms come through the door and grab the boy of the kids, the boy and girl, grabs the boy, and they snap off, and they shoot sparks everywhere. Apparently they're animatronic arms. And we realize we're part of a TV episode. It's like Wes Craven's New Nightmare, We're being on a film set for a movie based on a book called Cry of the Cat. So I guess this is Goosebumps' way of becoming meta, like Scream, based on a book called Cry of the Cat. I would love to see on one of the scripts that are dropped during this episode an actual thing saying like based on the book by R.L. Stine. That'd be cool. I don't think that was in here. I know a script got dropped. I couldn't look close enough because the bootleg copy that I have here is like VHS quality, so certain things you can't really read it that well. Nah, I don't care. Whatever. Our main girl here, aside from being an actor on a film set, and so is the boy, they're filming for the film adaptation of a book called Cry of the Cat, like I said. I'm assuming it's called Cat Exorcist or something. What do you want me to tell you? While she's on this set, everything goes just about the way it does in the book. She's riding a bike on a break after those cat arms break down on the set where they were shooting. And while she's on her bike on a break, she's riding around and trying to memorize her script, and she runs over a cat, which we never see a cat vanish, we never see a cat get ran over, not even a plush cat get hit, nothing like that. We just see a hairball stuck in a wheel and spokes, and we assume we assume the head's been removed, is what I'm saying. I don't even think there was a body there, but the girl acts like there was. She goes around knocking on doors just like she did in the book, and finds a girl that she talks to and says like, hey, did you have a cat that looked this particular way? I ran him over, he's dead. And the little girl says, yeah, her mom's not going to be happy. She claims that the cat's name is Rip, R.I.P. if you don't get it. Again, kind of like a little bit of a push towards a reference to Pet Sematary by Stephen King, which is kind of nice. I like all that stuff, and I respect all that stuff too. The little girl tells our main character, though, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to see that stupid cat ever again, he's your problem now. Now, apparently, when she leaves this little girl, now she has kind of a curse put on her, where this cat's showing up everywhere on set of the film that she's making, or just anywhere she goes. If she's drinking a bottle of water, there's cat hair in the bottle. It's really disgusting. The book was disgusting, too, from what I remember. The vague things I remember that could be mixed up with some other Goosebumps books, I could be wrong, but I think I remember generally most of the stuff that happened there. It's kind of a forgettable book, just like this episode's kind of forgettable, honestly. It's not the best, it's not horrible, but it's not the best either. This episode's good. It's fine. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had a good time, just like I do with typically anything Goosebumps. I don't really hate anything from Goosebumps except for some very, very few entries out there. This is not the best. It's not the most, I don't know. You're not going to fall in love with this episode. And if you do, I'd be kind of surprised. It's fine. The budget looks good. There's some really good utilizations of that. For example, we have practical effects in this episode of different things like the cat. And the practical effects look great. I love it. There's a lot of humor in the episode that Ron Oliver put into the teleplay. That stuff's really good too. I really enjoyed all of that. Being a two-parter, of course, it's about 40 minutes long. Each episode of that two-parter about 20, 21 minutes, somewhere in there. And it works really well. I enjoy it. The music is fine. It's kind of just the more bland Goosebumps music. It's nothing too particularly overwhelming like the Night of the Living Dummy 3 episode music, which a couple of tracks from that are in here. It is what it is. I don't really have much to say about the episode. It's fine. It's competently shot. The acting is not atrociously bad. I actually like the two main kids. They're pretty good. There's not really many adults in here. There's a director, an Asian fellow. He's pretty good. I enjoy him. Some funnier moments with him are pretty nice. He has like a PA or a producer or something. It's a girl. She looks pretty familiar from a lot of cop shows. I know one of my shows my grandmother used to watch when she was still alive was called Rookie Blue. This lady apparently appeared on that. I don't know if she was a regular or what, but I've seen the face and I saw it on IMDb that she was in that. Yeah, you don't really have the most giant references to people. You don't have that Colin guy like you did from Bad Hair Day that was on Whose Line Is It Anyway? You don't have cameos like that guy. Colin Firth? Is that his name? I think it was. But anyway, folks, the episode's fine. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I like the book more. The episode's nice. It's alright. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about it. What do you think about this? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What are your thoughts on Cry of the Cat Part 1 and Part 2? Did you hate it? This is an odd one to put out on Halloween. I don't think it's all that great as a Halloween episode, per se. It is what it is. What do you guys think about this episode two-parter? Do you like the book more? Do you like the episode more? Do you think it was a good first entry for Series 2000 as a book? I don't know. I think it was. It kind of put us on the right track of what we're getting into, the kind of more horrific dismemberment type of stuff that we have there from what I can tell so far. It's nice. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this episode. Ron Oliver always brings something special to these episodes. He's one of the good ones like Timothy Bond and William Fruit. This is a great example of that. So if I had to rate the episode on a 5-star basis, I would probably give it about a 3 out of 5 stars, both episodes. I like the first episode more than I like the second episode of the two-parter, you know? Anyway, what are your thoughts? Put them down below, guys. Let me know what you think down below. I will catch up to you guys more with some other reviews for some other episodes, hopefully today and tomorrow and the day after that. I have some other stuff I want to get to. Maybe another book review later on in the week, too. I don't know yet. But anyway, thank you for watching. God bless you, and goodbye.